Alright, g'day, hi and welcome. Okay, we'll see what kind of day we have. Already started with the engine light on. And I did clean my truck, but the day after, not only did it rain, but all the leaves decided, I'm gonna, I forgot to throw some extra buds on your truck. Yeah. Okay, there is solid ice in the back of my truck right now. It is the 18th or 19th of May, 17th, 18th, 19th of May. That wasn't frost last night. That was like really cold. So hopefully today everything goes well. I got to take this guy on a further adventure. Tomorrow's the Ditch of Doom. I got the valve for this thing, but I can't put it on till, or I'm going to attempt to put it on in the weekend. That's an old card. I gotta take this truck a little further out than I really want to today. But yeah, so I had to get back the code reader. I did pick up the I still feel there's a bit of a miss there, so I got 3 spots to go to today, and it's like I couldn't borrow my dad's truck, and this thing's getting rougher, so pray for me, guys, pray for me. But anyway, yeah, so I got the valve yesterday. They didn't give you any bolts with it. You know what I mean? Like, I got the rusty bolts on it. Now, I don't think the bolts are going to be as bad as I thought. That's not Richard. No. That's a different... Who's that? Oh, that might be Richard. Anyway, sorry, guy I'm going to be working for tomorrow. Yeah, so you don't get all the bolts you need, like new bolt. Like, it's like, okay, your valve's done, you're gonna replace it, and they can't figure out that you need new bolts, especially at that price. You know what I mean? Like, I paid $130 for the damn thing. I should have checked in the store. But so I did talk to the mechanic yesterday. I talked about it in the other video, but I explained to him he was my last hope. JP was my last hope, but I explained to him what I was doing, and I mean, he knows his stuff. Like, the guy is like, he's wacky, but he's really smart, he kind of went a little mad scientist on me and gave me some tips and pointers of what I could do and stuff like that, but we'll see. It's just what he was saying is, like, the bolts you're gonna, he says, the one on the exhaust is not like on the vacuum tube is not so bad. He says it's the one going into the block, right? So, or into the, I guess, the manifold. He goes, that's the one. If you break those off, you're gonna have a bitch of a time getting those out. And that's exactly why I wanted to take it to him. Eh? There, see, it's missing there now. It's hard to tell. Like, it's like on a Quebec road, it's hard to tell what's a Quebec, like, just normal roughness. But I do feel the engine is running a little bit rougher, so so we'll see how far we get. I pray I can pull it. Come on, Thunder, I believe in you. You can do this, buddy. This first one's not too bad because it's close. It's just the neighboring town. Like, it seems like no matter how far out you go, you can go like a kilometer, it's like $500 towing all the time. But it is really cold. It's 0 degrees Canadian right now. At almost 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, that's freaking cold. Don't stall, don't stall, don't stall. Ah, I beat him to it. He's going where I'm going. Why is this guy on the wrong side of the road? Oh, the mailbox. That was kind of dumb putting the mailboxes there. Is that who I think it is? No, that old truck there, that old GMC there, that thing's like 2000, 2001. Still looks good. Like, it's Billy Merrifield took very good care of that truck. Yeah. A lot of these old timers, they get a truck and they buy a truck and then they buy a family car and they barely drive the truck, right? So the truck lasts forever, and that's kind of how you have to do it. But the way I look at it, it's a bit of a waste of having a truck if you're not going to drive it, right? So, yeah. So today I got my second client for the season kicking in. I got, I think 7 clients so far, possibly 8. And, the grader's been in here. A washboard. It's going to get a little bit noisy in here, guys. I see some washboard on the road there. That's when the grader blade jumps. Oh, look at that nice Stanford Lake. These people are jackasses for closing. This beach was open for like 70 years, 100 years, whatever it was. And somehow they were able to get past the road clause and get it closed. No reason to close it. Like, I mean, nobody was doing any harm there. And now there's no local beach. Gripe. So yeah, if I can get this valve thing changed this weekend, and pray that's the solution to the problem. I don't know what else it could be. Well, I do have an idea what else it could be. It's the worst case scenario if it's the other thing. It's the actual engine management system, right? Woo, that's a big ass pothole there. So I don't want it to be the engine management system for obvious reasons. That's at least $1,000 for that part. And again, with not a single mechanic, with like the only mechanic that I was able to get, he's $106 an hour, which that bugs me, but I can deal with that. It just means it's going to be another month or so before I have enough money to, like, I'm vehicle poor. This thing's going to run me vehicle poor if you know, at that rate. But I have to find the problem. Now, like I was saying to my dad, I'm going to buy a code reader for myself, because if I were to just look at how long it took me to diagnose this problem, to have a mechanic to drive this thing around for 3 weeks to find the problem, you know, maybe a better code reader would have picked it up right away. I don't know. But that would have been really costly just to diagnose the problem. To only find out whether or not changing this valve is actually going to solve the problem, because the problem could be originated somewhere else. You know, like the thing with mechanics is, it's easy to find a problem, but what you have to determine is, are you dealing with the problem or the symptom of the problem? And this is where, you know, knowledge and expertise and all that stuff come in. You know, like, that's why, you know, like, some mechanics, like, some of the backyard mechanics are horrible. Most of them are actually horrible. But then you get this one guy who's been tinkering with stuff since he was 2, right? And those guys are the guys that really have the knowledge. You know, like, you can't learn that in a school. It's just, what you learn in a school is something different. You learn a more scientific method of how to replace parts well. And, he's gaining on me with that old truck. Yeah. What you, like, if any mechanic I've ever talked to that went to, like, you know, got their mechanic papers and all that, they work differently. They don't test things. They just, okay, that's the problem, pull it off, put a new one on. You know what I mean? They do it that way, which is fine. But they don't save you any money. You know what I mean? I'm of the school of don't put time bombs on a time bomb. Like, a vehicle's a time bomb right from the day it's new, right? You know, like, it's like, okay, how long do you drive this vehicle before your first problem? A lot of people, brand new vehicle, within 6 months, they're already back at the freaking, you know, doing something with the warranty. You know what I mean? Vehicles are vehicles. There's 50,000 moving parts in a vehicle, or, you know, whatever it is, 40,000 parts, whatever. Something's gonna, you know, no engineer can factor in everything, right? So you're gonna get problems, and the older it gets, the more abused it is, the more problems you're more likely to get. So there's always that, right? You always have that looming over your head, and you got a check engine light on. Most people don't care when their check engine light's on, because it's usually, you know, it's not looped to anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing that's critical. In my case, it is, right? So tomorrow I'm going to do the ditch at Doom. I'm going to get picked up for that one, because I just, you know, like, I don't know how much when does my luck run out with this thing? You know what I mean? I'm this close to getting it fixed, or having it towed away to get fixed. This weekend will determine whether I'm lucky. It comes down to 3 bolts. 4 technically, but 3 bolts. If I can get those 3 bolts out without snapping the heads off them, which good luck with that. 16-year-old rusted bolts, 8mm bolts. I think they're 8mm or whatever. They're tiny little guys anyways. Like, they're torqued to 25 pounds, but add rust, right? So I've been putting the liquid wrench to it, and I'm gonna probably soak the liquid wrench to it like, I'm not gonna get home till about 5 if I can get all my clients done today. Oh geez, that's bumpy. But I'm gonna soak those bolts as much as I can. What am I doing for time? Yeah, just about right. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at about that, and we'll see if I can make it. I made it here, now I can see if I can make it to the next client after this one.